Y'all, it's time for Vlogmas again. I don't know if I'm gonna make it this year, but I'm definitely about to try.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
What's up, icons? It's the iconic fashion figure. It's officially Vlogmas again. It's December 1st. So I'm gonna try this out. Pray for me. Let's see if I can make it. But December is also Write a Business Plan month. And everyone should have up-to-date business plans, not just new businesses. So today it's time for me to start working on my business plan for 2023. So I'm gonna take you guys along that journey with me and show you how to use my free business plan template so you guys can create your business plans too. You guys will be able to see how to set up a business plan as a new business and as a current business, why you're going to need a business plan if you've already started your business. So let me get into it with the first question that everyone always tends to ask about: why do they need a business plan? So let me set the tone for you as I work into this business plan to a scenario that maybe a lot of us can relate to. Imagine you're getting ready to move to a new city. You're moving into an entirely new city, new state, new country, and you don't have a GPS, you don't have a map, you have no directions on how to get to where you're going. Or even worse, you have no home, you have no job, you have no family and friends in this new place you're getting ready to move to, or at least where you want to move to. You are just completely alone and you got to figure it out on your own. You may pass by some strangers in your new place that you're moving to, where you can ask them for help, ask them for directions on where you're trying to get to along the way. But most people, if you're asking for directions, they need to know where you're trying to go before you actually go. So their first question is usually going to be, well, where are you trying to get to? What are you looking for? But the issue right now is you don't know where you're going to or how to get there. You just know you're ready to leave your hometown and you're trying to go somewhere new. You know your end goal is to simply prosper in a new city. That is what you're trying to do. If you had the opportunity, would you accept this challenge and just move somewhere you don't know where you're going to or how to even get to where you're going to? You just know you want to leave home. Could you handle that challenge? Now, I know there's going to be some of you that are going to say yes, because there are some of us that really live on the edge and are willing to just go, and wherever you land, you just figure it out later. But let's face it, most of you guys are going to say no. A lot of people already have a fear of the unknown, so having no sense of direction is truly frightening for a lot of people. So most people want to have an idea at least where they're moving to, at what city are they going to, exactly what neighborhood, about what area in this new place they're going to. They want to know that, and then they need their GPS to get there. They're not just going to drive and hope they land there. And they want to use their GPS to get them to their final destination. Well, just look at your business plan as a similar concept. It's giving you, the entrepreneur, a sense of direction. Just like your GPS, once you enter in where you're trying to go, which is your new city you're trying to prosper in, is going to map it out for you of how you're going to get there. You follow those directions until you get there. Your business plan is the same thing. Your end goal is to start a business. Now you need to map out your directions so you can get there. And that, of course, sounds like it's just for new businesses. But for those of us that already have businesses, when you have New Year's coming up, or you have new goals, a new plan in place, a new product you're trying to introduce, we need a plan. So we create a business plan to map out our directions on how we're going to succeed in the following years, or to succeed on this new product we're trying to introduce. Trust me, business plans are important for all of us. And it doesn't have to be those old school 100-page business plans. I mean, those do come in handy too, especially if you're like applying for a loan at a bank or something and they want a business plan. That's usually what they're looking for. But it doesn't have to be those to start out. You can always create that later. So I'm going to show you guys now the template that I use. Some of you are already using it because I can see that you are downloading it from Fashion Formula 101. But I'm going to walk you guys through exactly how to use and set up my template, exactly how I would do it for me. For the business plan template, it's on my Fashion Formula 101 website. Now, if you just click the link in the description box or either in the comments, I'll put in the comments too, then it'll take you directly there. But if you go to fashionformula101.com, click shop in the top corner, then go to templates, it is the free business plan template. So you click that, and then we're going to go download this. So this is what you'll receive once you actually do the checkout process. So you can download download it. Now you can edit this in PDF or like Illustrator because it does open in PDF, but it's much easier to open in Canva. So I recommend creating a free Canva account, which I'll link down in the description as well, where you guys can click and sign up. You can even sign up for the free trial to get Canva Pro. But otherwise, for the rest of you, just copy and paste this link into your browser so that way it'll open up directly in Canva for you. And of course, if you have the app, it'll take you directly into the app if you're doing this from a phone or a tablet. So what I can do, you can click right here and click go to that address. If you don't want to copy and paste, it'll take you directly there. Click use template. So it opened up in the browser, but I want this in the Canva app. Let's just remember my choice. So let's open up Canva. This is the template that I originally pulled from Fashion Formula 101. I'm going to recreate this for Nouveau Rich Apparel, and I want to create my business plan for 2023. So this is what you guys will see, and I want to change this background immediately so that it matches my brand colors. So that is my brand color, and I'm going to do change all. I might go with the lighter color, but we'll leave that for right now. And then I'm going to go in and update some of this stuff. So I want to do this as if I'm starting a brand new business plan for those of you that are starting from the beginning. And that font needs to change too as far as color. I'm just going to go black for right now. Change the font. Maybe I'll make this smaller. So I'm just playing around with, there we go. I think I like that with. Just playing around. So I want this to look more like my brand's aesthetic instead of what was originally on the template. So you can go around and adjust this stuff, and then we're going to get into the actual details of the business plan. First page of the business plan is going to be the cover page, which I went ahead and altered it a bit just to match my brand a little. I need to actually get my brand's image input on there, but I put that one in just for now. And let's move on to page 2. Now page 2 is like the overview, just giving a little information about your company. So again, the company name, and then just write quickly what your business is about, what your business stands for, describe your business in a nutshell. So I'm going to do that quickly, and then I'll come back. Quickly put something on my overview page where I have my brand on there and a quick description, just a couple sentences describing my brand, and then of course I updated the colors and added my own image on there. So now we're going on to page 3, which is going to be your mission and vision. So what is it that you're seeing for yourself? Now, if you are new, you're going to write, what your plans are for your brand, and you can do this for the next couple years. It doesn't have to be for 1 year. But since I'm doing this business plan for just 2023 and trying to come up what I want to do for 2023, my vision is going to be focused on the year ahead. So let me go ahead and throw something together, and then I'll come back and explain to you guys what it is I did for my mission. My 2023 mission and vision. So I did put 3 missions on there, basically my 3 goals that I want to focus on for 2023. You guys are going to notice that I blurred some of this out just because I don't like to speak on things until it's like in full effect and pretty much almost done. I always just feel like whenever I speak on something too soon, something always goes wrong and it doesn't happen. But just to give you an idea of like what I put as my mission, so I want to launch my new collection. You guys have heard me mention in a video previously that I plan to be a one-stop shop, and I'm trying to do all categories, and I'm trying to do it all by my 10-year anniversary. So the goal is to launch another collection this year, or 2023 I should say, so that I can make sure to stay on track to get it all done before 2027 would be my 10 year. The next one I'm not going to talk about because I don't want to jinx it and ruin what I have in plan, because that's probably my #1 goal for next year, but I know it'll improve my business tremendously. So I'm not going to talk about that in this video. You guys will learn about it as we go. If you are an icon and you are subscribed, you're going to hear about it soon anyway. And then the last one is something that I mentioned in a previous video that I started working on, which was opening my wholesale showroom in LA. But then I got scammed. So I need to get back focused on that again, and this time try not to get scammed. So moving on to page 4, which is your organizational chart. This is basically just laying out your team, your employees, the help that you need. Now for those of you that are new, it might just be you. So you can delete out all these other ones. Oh, forgot to delete him. And just have yourself on there. Make yourself huge. Don't be mad about the fact that it's only you. Like, that's okay. You're a one-man show. We all start somewhere. So put yourself on there and that'll be it. Or you can even put yourself and put every hat that you need to wear under it. So every job, every position that you're going to have to work, put yourself for every single one, because you're going to be doing it all. Be proud of the business that you're starting. But for those of you that have a team, you can add in your team members on there. You don't have to actually put in their pictures if you don't want to, or if you don't even have pictures of them. But this is basically just to show the positions that you're going to need. For those of you that are new in business, you can just list out the positions that you know you're going to need help in, like shipping, maybe you need a web designer, that type of stuff. You can put those in here so you'll know what it is you need to look for when you actually are in motion of putting your business in place. Some of you just may decide you don't need to do this page at all and you can delete this out completely. Up to you. Let me go ahead and just throw something in here real quick. I don't have pictures to put in here, but I'm just gonna make this page pretty for you guys to see. And here is my royal family. So this is what my team for the most part looks like. I didn't actually put them in here or their information, but this would be my team. So you got me at the top. I'm the CEO and I help in everything else. I pretty much do it all. Then I should probably make these dark so you can actually read them. I have my assistant on top of, technically I would consider her my assistant over in China. She's the one that handles everything for me. On that side, I don't know what I would do without them because I need their help. Then I have my sales department, so my sales reps, and then I have my customer service department, so customer service. Now, another way you can use this same page is to use your supply chain. So you can start it off, let's see, your process starts with you as the designer, and then it goes to your factory, so you can list your factories here. Like I have multiple factories, so I would just list those out. From there, you could put your warehouse on here like that. You can do your supply chain as well, or you can actually put your team, or just delete this page if it's not beneficial to you yet. But moving on to the next page, this is when we're starting to really get into our planning. So for those of you that are new in business, you're trying to figure out what problem is your business solving, or what problem do you notice that the world is facing that has caused you to create this business. For those of you that have already been in business, I use this page more of looking at what problems did I face in my current year, because then the following year I'm going to solve it. So now I need to focus on the main issues of my business for 2022. So let me do that page and then I'll come back. Here is my problem page now. So I put in two of my main problems, with my biggest one being China shutting down twice this year. That hurt my business a lot this year because both were during the busiest times of the year. And then my marketing, I need to strategize that more and do better with marketing. So those were the two main problems I put on there for this year that occurred in 2022. So now that I recognize the problems that I faced in 2022, we need to figure out what solutions am I going to create for 2023. How am I going to fix the problems that I had in 2022 so they don't occur again in 2023? So once again, I'm going to go ahead and edit this page, make it all pretty for you guys, and then I'll come back and show you what I have before we move on to the next page. Done, but I'm actually going to blur these out as well, just because this is pretty much telling you guys everything that I'm going to be doing in 2023, which I'm not ready to announce yet. But basically, your solutions are going to solve the problems from your problem page, but your solutions should also kind of resemble your missions. So for those of you that are doing your business plan for the next year and these are your missions, this is pretty much, what we're focusing on as my solutions, because for me, my solutions are also solving my problems, which aligns with my mission. For those of you that are new, your solutions are just mainly going to focus on your problems. It may not focus on your mission, but it may, depending on what it is that your problem and your mission is. Your solutions may tie back to both, but I'm going to blur mine out just because I don't want to speak on what I'm doing for 2023 just yet. Next page is going to be the SWOT analysis, which is your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So again, since I'm focusing on the next year, I'm going to focus on what have my strengths been for the last 5 years. What have my weaknesses been for the last 5 years? So I'm not just going to focus on 2022. I'm going to focus on the last few years leading up to 2023, which is what this business plan is for. And then I'm going to focus on my opportunities for 2023, which you guys probably aren't going to see that part. I'm going to blur that out because I don't want to give you my opportunities and you try to take it. No, I'm just joking. But it kind of aligns with my mission that I'm not ready to share yet. And then my threats. So what might stop me from doing what it is that I need to do in 2023? For those of you that are new, you're going to focus on your strengths as an individual, maybe as the team that you may be hiring to help you. You know, what areas are you good at? What's your area of expertise? What's going to make your business better than your competition? Things like that. Again, your weaknesses, you're going to focus on those same areas because you don't have any history as far as business just yet. So you can't use your strengths and weaknesses from previous years. You're going to focus on you as an individual, maybe your team, the idea that you have come up with. And then you're going to look for opportunities. So you might be looking for opportunities in the industry you're going into, things that your competition hasn't figured out yet that you want to tap into, areas that are untouched. And then, of course, figure out the threats, what may slow you down in the new business that you're getting ready to start. So let me go ahead and fill this out. And then I'm just going to go ahead and jump to the next page on this after I fill out this one, just because this one is going to have information that I'm going to have to blur out anyway. So now on to the next page, which is the 4 P's of marketing: the promotion, the product, place, and price. For those of you that are new businesses, you're going to figure out what type of promoting do you want to do for your new business: digital, print, ads, social media, endorsements, collaborations, all of that stuff. How are you going to get your business out there so people know who you are? Product, what type of product or service are you selling? The packaging you're going to use, warranties, return policies, all of that stuff. Talk about your product here. Place, you're going to talk about the market you're going into, what your supply chain is going to look like, that type of stuff. Where you're going to be located, you can even put that in there. Then pricing, of course, pricing of your product, your margins, payments, all of that stuff going in here. For those of you that have already been in business, you have a lot of this information already. You guys know that one of my problems, I talked about my marketing. I need to strategize more. So this is a page I'm going to spend quite a bit of time on right now. But I'm not going to just list that I'm doing digital marketing, print marketing. This is an area that I'm going to have to research and really think about what it is that I want to tap into to better my marketing. So this is going to take me some time to do. My products, for the most part, I already know all my products, but I mentioned that one of my missions for this year is to launch a new collection. So this section, I'm going to talk about that. Same with the pricing. It'll pretty much talk about my pricing of the new collection. Do I need to adjust pricing of my current collections that are available? Because we know inflation's changing. So do I need to change? Shipping costs tend to change every single year. Actually, the last 2 years, the shipping had changed multiple times in 1 year. So we need to look at that. Do I need to adjust the pricing of anything? And then talk about my new pricing for my new collection. And then place is where I'm going to skip and not talk about to you guys just yet, because that's one of the sections that has to get blurred. So again, since I'm going to probably spend a few hours on this page, I've explained it to you guys so you guys can go ahead and fill out what you need to fill out here. But I'm going to skip this page for this video just because I have so much I'm going to have to do for this page, because this is one of my problem areas. Next, we're going into product service overview. So this is where I'm going to now start getting into my new collection, and then if I need to make any adjustments to my services. I didn't put too much information in here as far as the product. I just put new collection. I'll go into details after I record the video. And then for services, there's an update I want to do to my dropship program. I just got to figure out exactly how I'm doing it. So I didn't put too much detail on it yet because I got to research that, but I know that's one of the things I want to do. And then private label improvements that I'm not going to talk about in the video, but that's something that I'm focusing on for 2023. So that's my product and service page without all the detail. Next page is going to be the market. Now, for those of you that have been in business for a while, you've probably already done this when you first started your business, so it's not much for you to do here. You might just copy and paste from a business plan you already have, unless the market has changed. Then you can go in and update this. For those of you that are new, you're going to have to research your market and then put that information in there. Or for people like me who's going to be releasing a new collection in a new market, I'm going to have to do the research on it and put that information in here, so that way when I go to launch this new collection, I know about the market that I'm getting ready to enter into. So basically, you're just putting in the size of your market, like how big is the market out there, how much of it are you planning to reach based off of your target market, which we're going to do next, just to give you an idea. You can put in more detail on here too, like age range and all that, but you don't want to go into too much detail as far as your market on this page, because the next page is when you're going to go into the target customers, which again, if you you have already been in business, you probably already know your target customers. So if you already have a previous business plan, you can just copy and paste it in here, or you can just delete this page because that's already done. If you're like me and you're just focusing on next year, you don't really have to do this, except I'm going to be doing a new collection, so I need to focus on my target customers for that collection. But those 2 pages are things that I have to research and then add in. So after I do my research, that's when those pages will get updated. That's why I said business plans can take time to do. You may not do it in one sitting, but this is the month to get it started because we're only 4 weeks away from the new year. Now we're going into our projections. So as far as the projections, what you anticipate your business will do if you're a new business over the next couple years. You can even do it just for the first year. For me, since this business plan is for 2023, I'm focusing on what I project myself to do for 2023. So of course, this page is going to get blurred out. I know you guys are tired of me blurring out all the information, but it's information that I shouldn't be showing to anyone yet. So this is a page where I'm going to project what I feel that I'm going to do in 2023. Next page we're looking at is the pricing plans. Now for those of you, again, that have already been in business, you may not need to do this page because your pricing is already set unless inflation has caused your pricing to change. You may need this page where you can put in the product. I wouldn't put in every single SKU. If you have several products like me, I would just put in a category or a label and then put in the range. So let's say I have my sport line. So in here, originally when I created this, it was for you to put in the item and then a variation. So let's say you had a dress, and then these would be the colors, pink, blue, like that. And then you can check mark which colors that dress will come in or which variation it comes in. But I have too many products to do all of that into a business plan. So what I'm going to do for this page, instead of having check marks, I'm going to put like my categories over here. And then I'll have, actually I can use the check mark and then do price ranges. Because like Mr. Rich is a little higher than my other labels. This new category I'm going to launch probably will be a little less than the other labels. So I'll just put, that I'm just throwing out numbers, so these aren't the exact numbers. $10, $20, $30. Depending on which range it's supposed to be in, I'll move the check mark to the right range for that category. Again, that's something I don't really need to do right now. That's something I can do later because I already know my price ranges for all my labels. So I'm going to move on to funding requirements. Those of you that are new, you're most likely going to need funding requirements so that way you can start. So what is this going to cost you to start this business? For those of you that are already in business, you might need funding just to get yourself through the next year. What are you looking at as far as expenses in 2023? And then for those of us that may be expanding or adding in a new product, what is that going to cost us to expand or add in new products? So let's figure that out. You have categories on here, which all of them may not be for you. You may not need it. So website, how much you need to spend on the website for the year. Your inventory, how much are you going to be spending on inventory, supplies, distribution, marketing. So you're going to figure that out. Now in Canva, this is set on here as a chart, so you can adjust these right in the chart. Right now they're all even, but I know, let's say marketing is going to be higher than the others because I already said that my marketing needs improvement. So that's going to be one of my focuses. Inventory definitely is going to be higher since I'm expanding. I'm just throwing in numbers. I'm not even thinking about these numbers. I'm just throwing it in for you guys to see. I'm going to change this color. Change that color real quick. So I know my marketing inventory is going to be the highest. My website is already built. Of course, there's going to be some improvements, but that'll be lower compared to the other things. Distribution will probably change. Supplies will change, but I'll leave that for now so you guys get the point. And then these you can change too. So let's say distribution is not one you need. You can delete that out or even relabel it. But then over here, we'll talk about the areas of focus. So like, where is most of your money going into? For those of you that are starting, and maybe your website, registering your business, inventory. For those of us that have already been in business and maybe for marketing, still we got to pay for inventory, supplies. Those of us that are expanding, what do you got to do there? So my area of focus is going to be the new collection, and then I'm going to put ... so you guys don't know what else I'm doing in 2023. But that's your funding. We're not going to actually list out exactly what we're paying for just yet. Now you guys can add in another page if you want to actually list out all the things you know you're going to have to pay for if you want to write actual dollar amounts. Or in your area of focus, you can add in a table here if you want. So under your key areas of focus, if you want to actually list out your expenses for the year or however many years you want to focus on, you can list those out and actually put your dollar amounts on this page too. Then we're going into the business timeline. So this is for those of you that are new. You can start at the end and work backwards. So for those of you that know, let's say by summer of 2023, you want to be open. So you would put that on here that your official launch will be summer of 2023, and then work backwards based off how long it's going to take you to get there. So that's what I usually do. So I know by, let's see, Q2, my new collection must be out. So that's where I would just go in and put new collection launch. And then whatever else it is that I want to do. Right now, this is the present. So of course, I'm doing my planning phase right now. I want to change these colors. That's annoying me. So I know right now I'm starting my planning. I'm actually creating the business plan. Q1, I got to decide what it is I want done in Q1. Then I got Q2, Q3, Q4. So these are quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. So Q1, you got January, February, March. Every quarter is 3 months. Then you got April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December for Q4. So you split it up by 3 months. So in those 3 months, what do you want to do by that time frame? So if you're doing your official launch by the end of next year, you will put that. But if let's say it's end of summer or beginning of summer, you will probably go somewhere in between like Q2 and Q3. If the quarter thing confuses you, just put the dates or put the months on there. And then you can add in more of these too if you need to. But that's the business timeline. I got to figure out my calendar. I usually will go in my business timeline and put like the delivery dates for like my spring collection, summer collection, fall collection, and then winter holiday. I put all the collection dates on there because I know that's what I need to work towards, and then new collections or whatever else it is that I need to do, I'll throw it in my timeline. So my timeline is going to expand a lot more than what's on this page, but I'm going to do that later because I have that in my calendar already in my iPad, which I need. But we're pretty much at the end of the business plan. Now, for those of you that would actually be sending your business plan out to places, you'll want to use this contact page, so that way your contact information sticks with your business plan everywhere you go, and people have your contact information. You want to make sure they can contact you. Like, let's say if you're applying for a loan, here's your information. They don't have to go searching through your application. And then the last page is your resources page. So if you used any pages to do your research, let's say when we were on like the market page and we're doing the research, if there's specific information that you got from a specific page, you can link that on the resources so you know where you got that information from. But that is our entire business plan. Mine isn't fully done because there's some stuff that I need to research that I mentioned to you guys, and then there's some extra things I need to go add in that I didn't want to do on the video. But other than that, this is my business plan for 2023. Now I got it all mapped out of what I need to do for 2023. So now that we've gone through every page of the business plan, for those of you that are currently in business, some of those pages may be a repeat from previous years if you've already done it. Some of the pages you may eliminate altogether. You may have to tweak some things as I've shown you. So now that you've seen me create a business plan, is a business plan really necessary? And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, yes, it is necessary for everyone to have. Everyone that is planning a business, that's already in business, should have a business plan. And you can create your business plan as a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, 20-year, whatever, or you can do it year by year, so each year you have a new plan. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you're making changes to your business, if you're expanding your business, adding a new product line or a new service, you'll want to update your business plan. Now, I didn't show you guys everything that I put in my business plan because obviously your business plan is going to be personal for you. I don't know too many people that's going to show you their business plan, at least until after it's been executed. But most people keep their business plan private. That's like showing someone your tax paperwork. You're not showing that to everyone. So I didn't put all the information in there. Some things had to be blurred out or done off camera, but I think you guys got the idea of the business plan. It doesn't take too long to do it, especially if you're a current business and some of that information is repetitive. You're just trying to figure out what your year is going to be like for the next year or the next few years. If you don't already have the template, I'll leave a link down in the description box where you can download the template and then use that same one that I just used during this video. That's it for Vlogmas Day 1. Let's see how far I make it into Vlogmas. Thank you guys for watching.